President just tweets an order not to pay tariffs. If they start rising, companies will leave Mexico, which has taken 30% of our auto industry, and come back home to the USA. Mexico must take back their country from the drug lords and cartels. The tariff is about stopping drugs as well as illegals. Kayla Tausche joins us from the White House to break down that tweet. There's a lot in there, Kayla.
There is, Carl, and there's a lot in the president's Twitter feed today. His frustration with Mexico is palpable, and it's that frustration that was bubbling over with the rising number of border crossings that resulted in the hastily put together tariff announcement last night. Remember, President Trump in February used his emergency powers to declare a national emergency on the southern border. That's currently being challenged in court, and while he used a slightly different economic power to declare the emergency that allows him to put those tariffs in place, a trade advisor from the White House, Peter Navarro, said earlier this hour that's completely legitimate.
The use of IEPA here is basically what we're doing is using a regulatory method to address this threat, and tariffs are one such use of the threat. What's happening now is Mexico, by being a bystander in this criminal enterprise, is imposing enormous costs on the United States.
This is an approach that got the green light from the White House counsel's office. Navarro calls it a modest approach because of the way the tariffs gradually escalate. And he was trying to argue, as did White House Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, that this should not have any impact on the path forward for the new NAFTA, the USMCA. Of course, that's not how many GOP lawmakers see it, or leading business groups like the Business Roundtable, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and the head of the Senate Finance Committee, Chuck Grassley, who in a statement yesterday called this a misuse of presidential authority. And then there's Mexico. Mexico's president, Lopez Obrador, tweeting his own response, saying that social problems cannot be resolved by putting new taxes in place. I asked Press Secretary Sarah Sanders earlier today if the two leaders have spoken since those tweets. She said they have not, but the two countries' teams have been in touch.